Asterisk asterisk, start doing this today and you will never be poor again. Asterisk asterisk, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to me very carefully because today could be the day everything changes for you. I want you to imagine waking up tomorrow morning and not having that knot in your stomach when you check your bank account. I want you to see yourself paying every bill on time, taking care of your family, traveling where you want to go, and living life on your own terms. Now, I know some of you might say, that sounds good, but you don't know my situation. And you're right, I don't know every detail, but I do know this. You have the power inside of you right now to change it. You have the power to break the cycle, rewrite the story, and become the person you were meant to be. But you can't wait for someone to hand it to you. You've got to decide today that you're done living in fear of poverty. You're done worrying about how you're going to make it to the end of the month. You're done feeling like life is happening to you instead of for you. Too many people walk around every day believing the lie that poverty is permanent. They think they were born into it, so they'll die in it. They think their parents were broke, so they'll be broke too. They think money is only for other people, smarter people, luckier people, connected people. But let me tell you something. Money is a tool, and if you learn how to use it, you will never be poor again. The moment you decide to change how you think about money, how you talk about money, how you handle money, that's the moment your life begins to shift. It's not about some overnight miracle or hitting the lottery. It's about developing a mindset that refuses to settle for scraps when you were born to build a feast. It's about doing what others won't do so you can live how others can't live. It's about discipline, sacrifice, consistency, and a hunger that does not quit when life gets hard. You've got to be willing to learn what you didn't learn in school, to unlearn what the world told you about what you deserve, and to open your mind to possibilities that scare you right now. Fear is normal, but poverty is a choice when you have knowledge and you choose to ignore it. You have to see yourself as worthy of wealth, worthy of abundance, worthy of security and peace of mind. When you see yourself as worthy, you treat your time differently. You treat your money differently, and you attract opportunities that were invisible to you before. You start saying no to things that drain your wallet and yes to things that build your future. You stop chasing quick fixes and start building lasting foundations. Every dollar becomes a soldier you send out to work for you instead of slipping through your fingers like sand. Every hour becomes an investment instead of a waste. Most people never realize how much money slips through their fingers every single day because they never take the time to look. They live in a haze of bills, receipts, and small expenses that feel harmless in the moment, but add up to a mountain of wasted potential over time. If you truly want to change your financial reality and never be poor again, the first step is mastering exactly where every penny goes. This isn't about being cheap or living in fear of spending money. It's about awareness, control, and discipline. Money loves to know where it's going, and it multiplies in the hands of those who respect it enough to watch it carefully. When you make tracking your spending a daily habit, you start to see patterns you never noticed before. You see how that quick coffee run every morning turns into hundreds every month. You see how that streaming subscription you never use drains money month after month. You see the impulsive purchases that made you feel good for 5 minutes but left you feeling guilty for weeks. This awareness changes you. You start to feel powerful because you're no longer blind. You're awake. You're in charge. You begin to make intentional decisions instead of reacting to every temptation that pops up. You start asking yourself, is this helping me build wealth or is this keeping me broke? You begin to respect the value of a single dollar because you know that every dollar has a job to do. When you give your money a job, it starts working for you. When you don't, it works against you. Some people think tracking money is tedious or stressful, but the truth is, the stress comes from not knowing. The stress comes from the surprise overdraft fees, the credit card bills that keep growing, the feeling that you're always running behind. When you track every penny, you take that power back. You can use a notebook, an app, a spreadsheet. It doesn't matter how fancy your system is. What matters is that you do it every single day without fail. Make it a ritual like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. Look at your account balances, write down what you spent, categorize it, learn from it, adjust, repeat. This is how you break the cycle. When you master the habit of tracking your money, you start to get creative. You find ways to cut waste without feeling deprived. You challenge yourself to find better deals, negotiate bills, and eliminate what no longer serves you. You become more mindful when you pull out your wallet, because you know you'll have to write it down later. This mindfulness alone can save you thousands every year. You also start to see opportunities where you never saw them before. You free up money to invest in your future instead of letting it vanish into things that don't matter. You can direct those extra dollars to pay down debt, build an emergency fund, or buy assets that generate income. Over time, these small shifts add up to big results. This one habit separates people who struggle paycheck to paycheck from people who build lasting wealth. One of the biggest secrets to breaking free from the cycle of poverty is understanding that who you spend your time with shapes what you believe is possible for your life. You can have the best intentions, the strongest goals, and the boldest dreams, but if you keep sitting at tables where no one talks about growth, investing, opportunities, or wealth, then your mindset stays stuck at the same level as the people you surround yourself with. Too often, we hold on to friendships and circles that feel comfortable because they don't challenge us to grow. They don't push us to aim higher or think bigger. They keep us trapped in the same conversations about what's wrong, what we can't do, and who's to blame for where we are. When you start choosing to be around people who see more for themselves, who refuse to settle, who are constantly learning and striving, something inside you shifts. Their standards raise your standards. Their questions challenge your old answers. Their stories break your excuses apart because you see firsthand that where you come from doesn't have to decide where you're going. These people might be uncomfortable to be around at first because they won't let you complain without offering a solution. They won't let you stay small when they see greatness inside you. They won't entertain your pity party because they know the power you hold if you decide to use it. Surrounding yourself with people who challenge your mind, it doesn't mean you cut everyone else off or start looking down on people who aren't where you want to be. It means you choose to spend more intentional time with people who pull you forward instead of keeping you stuck. It means you invest your energy in conversations that expand your thinking, not shrink it. You might find these people at networking events, workshops, masterminds, or even online communities where ideas flow freely and support is real. You might find them in books, podcasts, or videos from people who have already done what you're trying to do. Sometimes the first person who challenges your mind, it won't even know your name, but their words will shake something loose inside you that makes you hungry for more. Your environment matters more than your willpower, because your environment feeds your beliefs every single day. If you keep hearing lack, you'll keep living in lack. If you keep hearing possibility, You'll start seeing possibility everywhere you turn. The right people won't just encourage you, they'll hold you accountable. They'll remind you of your goals when you want to quit. They'll celebrate your wins and push you to the next level when you get comfortable. They'll share resources, open doors, and show you shortcuts that would have taken you years to find on your own. So if you want to never be poor again, look around you and ask yourself who's really helping you grow. Who's making you think bigger? Who's asking you better questions? Who's living proof that your excuses are just stories you've told yourself too many times? Surround yourself with those people and watch how your mindset transforms into one that attracts wealth instead of repelling it. If you want to make sure you never live in poverty again, you must make it your mission to constantly invest in skills that multiply your earning power over time. Too many people stop learning when they leave school, thinking they've done enough to secure a good life. But the truth is, the world moves fast, and the skills that got you to where you are now won't be enough to take you where you want to go next. Jobs change, industries evolve, technology transforms everything around us, and those who keep learning are the ones who stay ahead while others get left behind wondering what happened. Developing new skills isn't just about getting another degree or certificate. It's about staying curious, adaptable, and open to growth. Maybe that means learning how to sell because sales skills can open doors in any field. Maybe it means mastering a trade that people will always need, no matter what the economy looks like. Maybe it's learning digital skills, marketing, investing, or how to manage people. The point is, every skill you add to your toolbox makes you more valuable in the marketplace and gives you options that others don't have. When you focus on multiplying your earning potential, you stop thinking like an employee who trades time for money and start thinking like a creator who builds streams of income. You begin to see that your real wealth is in what you know and how you apply it, not just what you're paid by the hour. You look for ways to add value so you can demand more value in return. You stop settling for the same paycheck year after year because you know you have the power to negotiate, pivot, and grow. This journey isn't always comfortable because growth demands sacrifice. You might have to stay up late learning after work while others watch TV. You might have to spend money on courses, books, or coaching when it feels safer to hold on to every dollar. You might have to fail a few times trying something new before you get it right. But every sacrifice is temporary, and the payoff is freedom. Every skill you learn can never be taken away from you. Once you have it for life, and you can use it to create opportunities wherever you go. The world rewards those who solve problems, and every new skill you build makes you a better problem solver. The more problems you can solve, the more doors open for you. Clients, customers, employers, investors, all looking for people who can make their lives easier or their businesses better. When you develop the habit of investing in yourself, you become unstoppable. You start to see education as an investment, not an expense. You realize that while you can lose a job, a deal, or a client, you can never lose what you've built inside your mind. You don't need to become the smartest person in the room. You just need to keep learning enough to never be the same person you were last year. That commitment alone sets you apart from the masses who complain about what they don't have instead of building what they need. One of the biggest traps that keeps people poor is the cycle of consumer debt. It's a trap that looks harmless at first. A small credit card swipe here, a loan there, a payment plan that promises comfort now and pain later. Before you know it, the interest piles up, the minimum payments eat into your paycheck, and you're working every month just to stay afloat, never really moving forward. If you truly want to break free and make sure you never live in poverty again, you have to get serious about breaking the debt cycle and building assets instead. Debt makes you a slave to your past decisions, while assets set you free for the future. Every dollar you spend paying off debt is a dollar you could have used to invest, to build, to grow something that pays you back instead of draining you. That's the difference between people who stay broke and people who become wealthy. The wealthy understand that debt, when used wisely, can be a tool to build assets. But consumer debt that buys you things you can't afford and don't truly need will rob you blind year after year. The first step is awareness. You have to sit down and face those numbers, even if they scare you. List every debt you owe, big or small, and make a plan to attack it relentlessly. Getting out of debt isn't glamorous, and it's not always quick. It requires sacrifice and discipline that most people don't want to commit to. It means saying no when your friends say yes. It means driving an older car when you want a new one, cooking at home when it would feel good to eat out, waiting to upgrade your phone when you'd rather have the newest one now. But every dollar you don't spend feeding old habits is a dollar you can put toward building a new future. As you pay off debt, you free up cash flow. That cash flow is the key, because money that once went to pay interest now works for you. Once you start eliminating debt, don't stop there. Shift that same energy into building assets that pay you back. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket, whether you work that day or not. It could be a rental property, a dividend, paying stock, a small business, a side hustle that scales, or skills that allow you to charge premium rates. The point is, assets create income streams that don't rely solely on your time. When you build enough assets, you give yourself breathing room. You buy back your freedom a piece at a time. Breaking the debt cycle and building assets is a mindset shift as much as it is a financial one. You have to start seeing yourself as a builder, not just a consumer. Every time you choose to spend less than you make and invest the difference, you're laying bricks for a future where poverty can't touch you. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen with daily choices. Small sacrifices compound into big results. Where you are today doesn't define you. Your habits do. Most people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment to start. They tell themselves they'll take that leap when the time feels right, when they have more money, when they feel ready, when someone gives them permission, when all the stars align and every obstacle magically disappears. But that day never comes, because life will always give you a reason to wait. If you want to make sure you never live in poverty again, you have to train yourself to take immediate action on opportunities instead of waiting for perfect conditions. Action is the bridge between ideas and results, and too many people get stuck on the wrong side of that bridge because they're afraid to take the first step without a guarantee of success. The truth is, opportunities rarely come wrapped up with certainty and comfort. They often come disguised as problems to solve, risks to take, or doors that look too small to squeeze through. If you keep waiting until you feel brave enough or smart enough or rich enough, you'll watch those doors close while someone else, less prepared but more willing to act, walks right through and changes their life. You don't have to know every detail before you move. You just have to trust that you'll learn along the way. The habit of taking immediate action builds confidence, resourcefulness, and momentum. Things you can't buy but have to earn through doing. Taking action doesn't mean jumping blindly into every idea that crosses your mind. It means making a decision faster, testing the waters, gathering real information, and adjusting as you go. Most successful people don't succeed because they knew exactly how it would work out. They succeed because they refused to stand still. They made mistakes, corrected course, and kept going. Every move taught them something they couldn't have learned by just sitting and thinking. You can read every book and watch every video, but until you do the thing, you don't truly know the thing. This mindset shift from waiting to acting changes how you see time. Time stops being something you waste and starts being something you invest. You stop letting fear make your decisions for you and start letting purpose drive you. Small actions compound. That call you've been avoiding, that idea you've been sleeping on, that conversation you're afraid to have. Doing it now could open a door you can't even see yet. And even if it doesn't work out the way you hope, you gain information and experience that makes you better for the next shot. Action creates clarity. Every step you take gives you feedback. You find out what works, what doesn't, what you need to learn, who you need to meet, where you need to adjust. Waiting doesn't teach you any of that. Action makes you visible to people who can help you, partner with you, buy from you, invest in you. Nobody can help you if they don't know what you're doing, because you're still stuck in your head planning the perfect move that never happens.